Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? Rob here. Welcome to week number 22 of the dividend investing case study. If you guys are new to the channel, the dividend investing case study is a case study where every single week I put money into a dividend-based fund and I show you guys what dividend-based stocks I'm buying, and I keep track of everything, all the dividends I'm making, how the stock portfolio is doing, and I share with you guys everything that I'm doing. And the whole point of this dividend investing case study is to show you guys how easy it is to get started with investing into stocks, specifically dividend-based stocks, and to show you guys that you don't need to be an expert to start earning some passive income on a monthly basis from dividend stocks. So let's jump into the portfolio, let's see how things are doing this week, and let's see how our dividend stocks have fared so far for the end of May. And if you guys want to continue following me along with this dividend investing case study, be sure to subscribe to the channel. And if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys enjoyed this case study, be sure to smash that like button. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much. Alright guys, so we're inside the portfolio here. I'm using Wealthsimple Trade. I'm based out of Canada, and Wealthsimple Trade is a great option for Canadians to buy and sell stocks online. You guys can use whatever trader platform you like, but I do like Wealthsimple Trade, and that's what I'm going to be using in this video. So here's our tax-free savings account. We can see here that we have $2,265. That's the total of our portfolio. If we look at the 1 month results here, we are up $14.67% in the past month. So stocks in the past month have went up a little bit, as you guys can see, a tiny bit. Over the course of 3 months, we are down $63, negative 3% for the past 3 months. And if we look at the all-time, we are down $129, negative 6%. So we're still down a little bit from when the market kind of crashed at the start of the year, but we're slowly working our way up. We're slowly chugging away and putting money in on a regular basis. So if we scroll down here, I'm going to show you guys the different stocks that I have in this portfolio. And then towards the end of the video, I'm going to show you guys the two dividend stocks I'm going to be buying for this week. So first of all, we have Enbridge. This is the first stock I bought. Enbridge is a super solid stock. It's a utilities company based out of Alberta. We have 2 shares of Enbridge. These are valued at $44 Canadian. Next one we have is PIF. This is another Canadian stock, I believe. Polaris Infrastructure, $13 Canadian, and we're holding 11 shares of Polaris. And then we have RNW, which is a TransAlta Renewables. Once again, I'm just going to go through these really quickly so you guys can see. I know some of you guys requested me to go a little bit in depth in my holdings and stuff like that. So today I'm going to be doing that. We have 12 shares of this. And keep in mind, guys, we're not really, I'm not trying to do anything too specific here. The whole basis of the portfolio is to have mostly ETFs as the bulk, and then to have some different dividend stocks here. And what I'm going to start doing is, now that the portfolio is starting to kind of build up and we're starting to gain a lot of different stocks, I'm going to start buying some more of the ones we already have. So that it's not just tons of different dividend stocks. It's a little bit more balanced and stuff like that. Next up we have is Shaw Communications. This is one of the first stocks I bought for this portfolio. We have 8 shares of Shaw. Shaw is an internet-based company, phone-based company in Canada. Next up, we have TD. This is a Canadian bank. You can't really go wrong with Canadian banks. In fact, I'm going to give you a little bit of hint. The stock I'm going to be buying later on this video is going to be one of the big Canadian banks. So we have 2 shares of TD. Obviously, they're priced pretty high at $60 Canadian. Next up we have is VDY. VDY is a Canadian high dividend yield ETF. We have 13 shares of this. As you can see, the ETFs are more the bulk of our portfolio because I believe diversification is always better than buying individual stocks, at least in the long run. Here we have our Vanguard International High Dividend Yield ETF. This is at $50 US, so it's a little bit more expensive. We have 2 shares of this. I do eventually want to start buying a little bit more US stocks since I've been buying a lot of Canadian stocks lately because of the low currency. The Canadian dollar just being so low, but I'm probably going to buy some US stocks over the next little bit. Next up we have is VYMI, which is a Vanguard International High Dividend Yield ETF valued at $50 USD. We have 2 shares of that. Next up, we have XHD. I really like XHD. It's the BlackRock iShares US High Dividend Yield Equity Index, Canadian hedged, and we have 15 shares of this, which is 18% of our portfolio. Then we have XRE, which is a REIT, a solid REIT, $14 Canadian, and then we have 27 shares of this. So lots of shares of this, but it's a nice portfolio. Nice stock. I really like XRE. Then finally, we have ZWC, which is a Bank of Montreal Canadian High Dividend Yield covered call ETF, and I believe this is an insurance-based ETF, that kind of thing. So we have 8 shares of this, and it's a nice little nice little stock there. And today, this week, we have $150. I put in a little bit extra money this week because last week we didn't, I put a little bit less than I normally would. So this week I've kind of put in a little bit more extra. $156 is what we're going to be investing for this week. So now let's look at the stocks we're going to be buying for this week. So if you guys remembered, last video I basically told you guys to leave a comment about different stocks that you guys wanted me to buy for this portfolio, and the comment that got the most mentions or the most likes was the one I'm going to be picking. So for this week I'm going to be picking 2 stocks to invest, or 2 stocks to buy, and one of them is going to be the one that you guys recommended, and then the second one is going to be my own personal choice. So the first one, and the most liked comment here, was by Arthur, I hope I'm saying your name correctly, Lacio, and he says you should invest in SIS Savaria Corp. So we're going to take a quick little peek at Savaria Corp. We're going to buy in a few shares of it in this portfolio. So this is a stock that I wasn't super familiar with, so I did a little bit of research, and we're just kind of taking a peek at it here. Savaria is a corporation that basically builds accessibility products. So a lot of things for like seniors and stuff like that. And it looks like they also do a lot of just building overall kind of thing. But their main thing is like wheelchairs, ramps and stuff like that. You can see here they got this automotive accessibility. And I think this is really cool. Like a lot of cool things here. This is a cool little company. Like I see where people are thinking, and with like healthcare becoming more popular and stuff like that, I can see the stock doing quite well. Take a quick little peek on the charts here. You can see that the interesting thing about this stock is when the whole market kind of dipped down, Savaria Corp is actually rose up quite a bit. In fact, they're even valued higher than they were before I'd say about on par with where they were on the dip here. You can see they were trading about $13, $14 Canadian. They're actually back to where they are. So you could say that buying in now isn't the best time. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But the nice thing about it is because it's a dividend yield stock, we can guarantee that this stock is probably going to do well over the next little while. And it does give you a 3.39 dividend yield. So not too bad dividend yield. So we're going to be buying this stock in Wealthsimple Trade. I'm going to jump into Wealthsimple Trade. I'm going to search for it here, and I'm only going to be buying a couple shares because I'm not super familiar with this stock, so I don't want to buy too many shares, but I will buy a few, and we'll see how it goes, and we'll keep track of this one over the long term. I like to involve you guys in this portfolio so you guys can see how things go. So let's see here. We have $13 Canadian. We're going to buy about 3 shares of this stock here. So we'll go into our tax-free savings account. I'm going to buy 3 shares at $40 Canadian. So thank you for the recommendation, Arthur. I really appreciate that. I really appreciate you guys like leaving those recommendations. I love having you guys help me with this portfolio. So involving you guys with it, it's really cool, and you guys can help me out because I still am a beginner investor. I'm still learning things, and I'm just basically sharing my journey with you guys here on this YouTube channel. Now the next stock I'm going to be buying is one that you guys might have seen has gained some popularity over lately, and that is the Bank of Nova Scotia. And this is a stock that I actually have in we probably have it in some of our ETFs. I know I have it in my main Wealthsimple account in the ETFs because I do have an ETF XIC which invests in all the Canadian banks. But we're going to be buying some individual shares of Scotiabank because Scotiabank is one of the big banks and they have a crazy good dividend yield here. And I'm a big fan of all the Canadian banks like TD, CIBC, Scotiabank, Bank of Montreal. All those banks are solid picks and they all have really good dividend yields. So for this week, I'm definitely going to be buying some Bank of Nova Scotia, and I might even do a dedicated video of the next little while because they have been doing quite well. As you can see here, they dipped down. And you're sitting at $70 Canadian. They dipped down a little bit, but they're on their way back up. And banks, guys, like I don't think banks are going to suffer too much. We might see a little bit of dip, as the market goes down, but I think banks will recover quite nicely. And look at that dividend yield of 6.55%. That's a really nice dividend yield. I don't know if they've cut their dividend yield. I'm just going to take a quick little peek here and see if the Scotiabank dividend. We'll take a quick little peek here and check out the dividend here to see if they've cut it, but I don't think they've cut anything yet. And we can see here for 2020, doesn't look like there's any cuts yet, but we'll have to wait and see. And a 0.90 cents per share. So that's a nice dividend yield. I'm pretty pumped about that, and I think it'll be pretty solid. So let's jump into the portfolio here, and let's buy some shares of Scotiabank. I'll see if I can find it just by typing in Scotiabank. We might have to look at the ticker here, but it should pop up, which is the nice thing about Wealthsimple Trade. Yep, we can see BNS is the ticker for Bank of Nova Scotia, and I don't know how much money we actually have in our portfolio left. We have 115, so I think we can buy 2 shares of this, and we'll add that to our portfolio. And I don't know if we'll be left with anything to top up here. Let's take a quick peek here. We have 28 cents. So no, we don't have anything to top up. We can't buy anything, unfortunately, for 28 cents. But those are the two stock picks I'm buying for this week. So let me guys know in the comments what you guys are buying for this. What do you guys think of the picks for Severia Corp and Bank of Nova Scotia? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. So next up, let's check up the dividends of the portfolio. Now keep in mind that the dividends are kind of going to be slowly rolling over the next couple days, because we are sitting at towards the end of the month. We're sitting on May 29th at the time of doing this video, and most of my dividends tend to pay at the end of the month. So the first one we got here, we actually just got this one this morning, and the only dividend I got so far is the one from Shaw. We're sitting at a nice 80-cent dividend from Shaw, but over the next couple days, we should start to see some, as you guys can see, on the 29th, the 30th, all of our dividends start to roll in. So we should be getting some nice dividends over the next couple days. In fact, you might even get them later on today. But I just wanted to share with you guys the dividends so far. And I'm also going to jump in the spreadsheet really quickly so you guys can take a peek at how much money we've made from this portfolio so far. Alright guys, so here's my dividend investing spreadsheet. This is basically just a spreadsheet that's tracking our dividends on a monthly basis, so you guys can see kind of how the portfolio has been performing over the past couple months here. We can see for our first month in January, we made 44 cents. And once again, I just like to go through this for anybody who's new to the channel. You guys can see the growth over time. I think it's really important to track this because it helps you just see the value and how you can increase your income passively with dividend investing. So in our first month, we made 44 cents. Our second month, we made $1.61. And our third month, we made $4.35. And our fourth month, we made $5.22. And towards the end of May, we're sitting at $2.39 right now. Keep in mind that that number will go up a little bit as our dividends start to roll in towards the next couple days. And total, we have $14.01 is total profit that we made in dividends so far at the end of 5 months from this dividend investing case study. So we're slowly getting there, guys. We're slowly rolling, but it just takes time to get the ball rolling. So I think that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. This is my dividend investing case study, week 22. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to check out the entire playlist. I'll link to it in the top corner here. There'll be an end screen that you guys can click. That'll take you to the whole entire dividend investing case study. So if you guys want to watch it completely from scratch, you guys can check out that link. Thanks for watching me, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Take care.